Nvidia. Come on, son. Come on, man. What we doing? Hey, what's going on, y'all? This is your boy Sid. We're back to you with another video. Man, I'm super excited because we're in a new year. First video of 2023, and man, we getting it cracking. We getting it cracking just right. We had CES 2023, and Nvidia just announced the 4070 Ti. Yeah, they announced it. The headlines: 4070 Ti brings Nvidia Lovelace Architecture 799. Okay, first of all, that's crazy. Second of all, first of all, you seen the thumbnail. Faster than a 3090 Ti? Man, we got to talk about it. We definitely got to talk about it. So this is Nvidia's website. They just published this today, January the 3rd. I am actually going to skim through this, but the first thing is up. I do not want you all to get caught up in this marketing mess that Nvidia is doing right now. So first of all, taking a look at this here, 4070 Ti is faster than the RTX 3090 Ti at nearly half the power, thanks to NVIDIA Lovelace Architecture Innovations and NVIDIA DLSS 3. This is the key to what they're talking about right here. Let me explain. Second thing, number two. Second thing is that they're talking about RTX 4070 Ti will max out your 1440p monitor, delivering 120 frames per FPS in modern games like Plague Tale Requiem, Warhammer 40,000, Dark Tide, and F122. It's $800, and y'all remember this whole debacle. They de-launched the 4070 Ti because originally it was called the 4080. 12 gigabyte. It's not an 80 class card. Now they're calling it a 4070 Ti, and they sell it for $800. The 4080 is going for $1,200, and then the 4090 is $1,599. Y'all starting to see what's going on here? Nvidia is marketing at this madness, and let me tell you, it's working. They charging so much money for these cards because they wanted to get rid of the 3000 series cards that they had just stacked up, and so it is working. Because they charge so much money for these cars, they're actually buying the 3000 cars like they wanted you to, which was definitely a bad idea. Because what's going to happen later on this year, they're going to do a refresh. We're probably going to get a super series or updated series. And what's going to happen to this 40 series, they're going to discount the price and sell you the upgraded stuff. So that's what's going to happen. So just look out for that. You're going to see a 4080 Ti. You're going to see a 4090 Ti. They're going to drop the 4070s and the 4060s and all this stuff probably later on this year, but you're going to see it. Mark my words. All right. So just scrolling down here. So first things first, they're using DLSS 3 and they're targeting 1440p. If I scroll down here, it also talks about the 4070 Ti gamers experience, yada, 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 ray tracing. So now they're kicking in ray tracing, right? For titles like Cyberpunk 2077, Portal RTX, and Witcher 3, Wild Hunt, Witcher 3 is actually pretty dope. The updates, but that's neither here nor there. Obviously, the 4070 Ti is going to be available January the 5th. They're not coming out with any Founders Edition cards. It's all going to be AIBs. So what that means is that you're probably not going to find any for $799. The $799 is the Ghost MSRP price, but AIB partners, they typically sell like an extra 50 to 100, maybe $200 more. We saw that with 4080. A lot of 4080s are going for like $1,400, $1,500, which is insane. But and here's all the partners that they're talking about. Yep, Asus, Colorful, Gamework, Galax, all that different type of stuff. Where's the chart? I got to show you the chart because the chart is the most important. Oh, here we go. Look at this chart. It says 3090 Ti, 4070 Ti. What is this? It says relative performance. There's not showing any numbers, but if we go back to what I was just talking about earlier, the DLSS 3, which is fake frames, and look at, okay, F122, that's not that high. Cyberpunk 2077, which they've been gunning at ever since they announced the 4090, about 3 to 4 times more performance, but it's because of DLSS 3 fake frames. So that's not rasterization performance. If we look at this, they're just throwing numbers out there. Do not fall for this. I'm telling you right now. And let's look at some actual numbers, and I'm gonna tell you why. So if we actually go to video card, and I'll post the link down in the description below. But if we go to video cards, actually it talks about the shader flops, teraflops, all that different type of stuff. Let's just scroll down to this chart here. This is very important. GeForce RTX 4090, CUDA cores, 16,384. Now, this is the only card in this actual stack that I would recommend that you buy. And it's because you're getting so much more for now. It's still a $1,600 card, but the performance that you're getting is out of this world. It's like crazy. Stay away from the 4080 and definitely stay away from the 4070 Ti. So look at this, 16,384 CUDA cores on the 4090, 9,728 CUDA cores on the 4080. Look at the 4070, 7,680 CUDA cores. We go down here to the memory, 24 gigs, 16 gigs, 12 gigs. Memory bus, 384 bits, 256 bits, which is really cut down from going from the 4090 to the 4080, which means that they're going to slide in another card, 4080 Ti. But look at the 4070 Ti. The memory bus is 192. Ain't no way. Ain't no way, son. So look at how cut down this card is. And if we look at the numbers from the 3090 Ti, 10,000 CUDA cores, 10,752. This is the 3090 Ti. Obviously, this was a $2,000 card when it came out. And this is how they're going to try to hit you. You know, oh, it's faster, it's faster. With DLSS 3, and most games don't support DLSS 3. So really, when you start playing regular games that don't include DLSS 3, you're gonna be like, why is my card so slow? It's because NVIDIA's market. And then you go down here to the memory, 384-bit. So they're saying that the 4070 is going to be faster than a 3090 Ti. That's garbage. Do not fall into the hype when it comes to this crap that they're talking about right here. And this is the reason why I just want to bring this video to you today. If you want to see me test this card so you can actually be able to see this real world, don't forget to hit the links down in the description below when it comes to my Amazon links. They're, you know, no additional cost to you. It just helps out the channel. I got Patreon links. I also have PayPal links if you want to donate. If you want me to test this card, great. I'm not going to buy it. It'll be good for a second system, maybe, but $799, I promise you, they're going to come out with something cheaper. They're going to lower the price of this card when they do the refresh later on this year. So yes, stay away from it. Stay away from it. Do not buy this card. Here's another thing I just want to take a look at. This is Tom's Hardware Guide. They tested the 4080, and this is the test bench that they use. Core i9 12900K, DDR4 board, 3600 DDR4 memory. But if we go here to their 1440p, they tested this card along with the 3090 Ti in 8 games. So they chose 8 games. Now, if we go back to the first slide at 1440p, the 4090, 158 frames per second, average out of 8 games. The 4080, 142. 3090 Ti, 122. You telling me that the actual, look at the 4080 and then look at the 3090 Ti. 4080, 3090 Ti, 20 frames. This is also another 20 frames. The cut down of the 4070 is so much, the 4070 Ti, it's going to come in right up under the 3090 Ti. So if we take out the DLSS 3, it's going to come in, the performance is going to come in under 3090 Ti. So if you have a 3080, 3080 Ti, 3090 Ti, don't even think about upgrading. You just don't do it. Don't sell your card. Don't get excited. $799 is a horrible price. This is mid. Now 4070 is always, my first discrete graphics card was a 1070. That was a mid-range card. It was a great card. You know, you could play, you know, 1080p, high refresh rate. You could do 1440p gaming. 4070 Ti is supposed to be mid-range, and this should not be $800. So do not fall for it. So what that means that if you want to see more content like this, don't forget to hit like, hit subscribe, hit the bell so you receive all my notifications. And man, I see y'all in the next video. Peace.